Hey guys, today we have a lot to unpack. We have new unit, new event, and one of the event is the first ever in Summoner Soul history, and a question I need to ask you guys at the end. Let's start off with the new monster, Dragon Warrior skill preview. So we'll have all the other elements soon, I think, but we're going to have only one unit shown here and the image of the monster. So this guy is what I would like to call the 2A Lizardman that we've been waiting for, but 2A Lizardman would not sell you packs, so they make a 5-star instead. The new Nat 5 monster will be the Dragon Warrior, Lizardman Warrior. Looks very, very cool, by the way. Semi-ish humanoid with just insane biceps, but still a proper monster finally. Because for the past, I don't know how long, we've been getting only humanoid, lolly, kid, and just humanoid monster, okay? Now we have a proper dragon warrior looking kind of guy. And this is probably the closest we are ever going to get to Bikini Zyros, okay? Because this kind of unit still can get a summer skin. So, Dragon Warrior, let's take a look at the skill of the Fire Dragon Warrior. Skill 1 is attack the enemy 2 times, decrease the defense for 2 turns with a 35% chance. I think this is very similar to the Lizardman skill 1, and because he's holding a sword, so it makes sense to give him defense break. I think the skill up will go up to maybe 50% per attack. So it's not too bad. Skill 1 defense break is always amazing, potentially great on defense because you can defense break all the time, especially with revenge as well. And it's going to be great with Sylvia because Sylvia team up with this guy for defense break. Skill 2, attack the enemy 2 times to deal damage that ignore all damage reduction effects. So what does this mean? It will ignore invincibility, defense buff, and shield. It will deal good damage and ignoring all those kind of buff. It doesn't ignore passive, all that kind of stuff that you see. On the other hand, it doesn't ignore things like passive or revive. It ignores the buff that the unit gets on their head. So once again, invincibility like Chloe, shield like Wusa, or defense buff like the Water Totem is. Skill 3, Path of the Brave Warrior. When you receive HP recovery, increase your attack bar in proportion to the recover HP instead. So I think he can't be healed by HP recovery skill, and increase the damage dealt to the enemy up to 100% on the next turn. So if you use a healer like a Riley to heal him, he will not be healed, but he will get attack bar gain instead. That's what I understood from the skill description. Up to 100% damage increase as well, which means when you're trying to heal this guy, he's going to move and then he's going to do a lot of damage. I think it's going to be very good with Riley because Riley can boost attack bar and attack buff at the same time. In addition, recover your HP to the max when you defeat an enemy, which is really good in PvE back in the days, but you don't need that anymore. So if you kill something, full HP, which is very, very cool. And does that work with the passive again? Because you are technically receiving HP recovery. So when you kill a unit, do you gain attack bar as you kill the unit because you are recovering HP? And does your passive work with your skill 2, which recover HP as well? It seems like the kind of unit that can gain attack bar very frequently. But the skill 3 passive also say that when you receive HP recovery, you will increase attack bar instead. So do you actually get healed or not? So I have a lot of questions, but seems like a very cool mechanic first in the game. And a defense breaker, a fire unit, so great damage dealer overall. Not too sure how good this actually is, but at least I think the mechanic is kind of new in terms of receiving attack bar and recovery. It is still increasing attack bar mechanic, but it is a different way of increasing attack bar. We don't have the skill for the other unit, but for LD5 to have skill 1 a defense break, it is already pretty cool. So if the LD has increasing attack bar passive, this guy might be Tian Lang level. Speaking too soon though. It might be shit. Usually for Comtour's tradition, when they release a unit, it's gonna be shit. And then they're gonna buff it later so that they have things to work on in the balance patch. Next up, we have a bunch of events. I think this feels more like the October anniversary event instead of the SWC event that has pissed the entire community off because you get nothing from farming 100,000 energy, which is kind of sad. Anyway, let's take a look at the event. First, we have the Growth Support Fever event for new and returning user only. So most of you guys who are watching this video will not care too much about this, but new player and returning user, because I know also a lot of you guys who are watching this video don't even play the game. You just check in once in a while to see if SeanB is still making this content for this lame game, and maybe it's time to come back to summon a little bit. So maybe this is gonna be the event for you. You get runes, which is not very exciting, but you do get legendary scroll. You get transcendent scroll if you are new or you come back, which is a free 5-star pretty much. And you get many other progression items. So this might be a time to start summoners war. Look at that. Wait, what is this? If you clear certain content, you get... Wait, you get that unit straight up with Awaken max skill rune equip. Holy shit. They are making you skip the entire early game in like 2 days. Oh my god. You get all of this? That is crazy. Wow. I mean, to get all of these units, you might take a couple weeks or maybe a bit more if you're slow. But just to clear a bit of content, you can get all of this for free, and they come equipped with good runes that I think you can just take off and mix and match and do your own salad however you want. But look at that Fire Vampire Fatal Blade set. That is really, oh my god. They have, if you have to start the game, you have to start the game like now. Holy shit, that is crazy. Oh my god, that is a lot of free stuff for early game or returning user. Round 2, we are getting the first ever artifact crafting event in Summoner. So you can select type, main property, and sub-property, I believe. So you're gonna farm and get the event token. As usual, you farm a hell lot to get the perfect artifact. This is for the mid and end game player. A lot of end game player have been asking for this event in particular because we have been able to craft runes for many years. But since the introduction of artifact, we haven't been able to craft an artifact in the event just yet. So you can craft 2 artifacts, 1 attribute and 1 type. And then you can change the sub-property of the artifact, costing 30 token every single time. And that's gonna take a long time. And because the amount of combination available for 1 artifact is almost infinite, this is gonna take a lot of energy for a lot of people. But for the endgame player who are looking for the perfect artifact for their dungeon farming team, for their core RT unit, this is gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to this artifact crafting event that I can re-roll the sub for. And then you also, casually get LDs or attribute, legendary scroll, mystical scroll, and all the other amazing stuff. And after you're done crafting your artifact, you get some energy when you farm, which is very cool as well. Personally, I might be crafting a better artifact for my Julie. I'm looking for more additional damage by attack right here so that she can be more consistent at farming. Or I might be crafting a better artifact for my Juno. So the left side is okay, but I would love to see quad additional damage by speed and the other lines to be lower value. Right now it's a mix of a lot of different things, not exactly focused on speed. Or maybe get a better right side artifact for Juno as well. So it really depends on what you really want, and you're gonna look for that particular artifact. For example, a lot of people might want to improve their Lucian, so they might look for a quad skill 3 crit damage with good attack up effect and crit damage as enemy HP get lower. So it really depends on what you really need from the artifact. And oh my god, it's gonna be very hard to choose for me personally. It's not easy, okay? Because nobody farm artifact and everyone want the best artifact for their unit. So I'm not sure how to advise you guys on which artifact to choose, because it's not easy like Rune where you get a violent slot 4 HP and that's all you need. Like you can just re-app or get some speed on it, whatever. Artifact is very specific to the unit. So you need to look out for what you want the most and craft that particular artifact. And then another amazing event, which is the booster event. So we get the Kairos Dungeon booster, we have the R5 Grindstone booster. Oh my god, time to... Wait a minute. So for Kairos booster, the drop rate of the rune selected will be double. Oh, doesn't mean it's gonna drop Swift only, just double the chance, but better than nothing. Grindstone Booster, you're gonna get double the chance to get Violent, which is not bad. I wish they sell this a bit more frequently. That'd be great. But the event's gonna be the best time to farm extra Vile and Wheel grinds. And we have reappraisal Booster. What? Purchase up to 15 type reappraisal stone, up to 10 times per type during the event period. I think this is the reapp for the particular rune type that happened before on Summoner. So you get like Swift reapp, Violent reapp, Revenge, Blade, Rage, that kind of thing. So if you're the kind of guy that have been keeping like Revenge rune with 8% accuracy in it because you may reapp into the future, this is gonna be the event for you because you can reapp 15 different type rune if I'm not wrong, and you can do that 10 times. This happened before, and I think the community really loved it, and they're bringing it back once again, the Rune Reappraiser Booster event. And then we have the Attendance Fever event. So this is going to be a very simple event. You log in for 30 days, and every single day you're getting some pretty juiced event. We have Mystical Scroll, Devilmon, Blessed Rune Box, Legendary Scroll, LDs, and Legendary All Attribute. The Blessed Rune Box will give you 3 Legendary Rune, power up to level 15, which means when you open up, you might get a quad speed Violent Rune or quad speed Swift Rune. But to be honest, you're going to get like tolerance with quad resistance or whatever. But still, the daily login reward is going to be hella boosted with this 30-day check-in event, which is really amazing to see. And another free and easy event right here, we have the legendary login event for 10 legendary scroll. So if you're lucky, you get like 3 5-star. If you're unlucky, you get shit. If you're average, maybe you get 1 5-star from this. I think that's pretty cool as well. So pretty much 10 legendary scroll. I think that's it. 10 legendary scroll for free. So good luck. I hope you get a 5-star from that. So in the upcoming weeks, we are having so many new things in the game. We have 5 new events, a new unit, a new 2A coming, so a lot of things to do. I think that should have been like the anniversary event instead of whatever this bullshit was. And it made the game look so bad and people were so pissed. This was like a filler event. And it should have been a filler event and not the main event. This is the main event. And the question for you guys is, because the growth support event is insane, how about we start another beginner guide series that I play for a month or 2 max? Because let's be real, that's the maximum amount of time I want to farm Giants Abyss Heart on a beginner account. But once again, a lot of free stuff, and I can show you guys how to progress fast in the game and maybe put a twist on it, whatever that twist might be. But let's do another beginner account and let's get to Conqueror 1 and RTA in like a month. Pretty doable, I must say. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Answer the question down below if you care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.